Rovers return to Championship action this coming Saturday as they take on Norwich City at Carrow Road. Can we make it 2 wins out of 2? We'll take a little look at it next. That's right, folks, back once again in another video. Today we're previewing Norwich City against Blackburn Rovers at Carrow Road, and we'll get to all of that in a minute. If you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button. Your one-stop shop for Blackburn Rovers is right here under one rooski. A tricky game for Rovers, but they're running on a good bit of momentum following 2 wins out of 2, both in the Cup and in the League. Can we make it 3 wins on the bounce in all competitions and all venues? Well, we'll have a little look at it in a second. Of course, big shout out again to the VIPs. You know who you are. And again, if you're new, smash the subscribe, smash the like, and let's get into it, shall we? It is Norwich, it is Rovers, and it's coming at you at Carrow Road. That's right. Now, these two are familiar foes. Have been played 26 times since 1993. 9 wins for the Canaries, 8 wins for Rovers, and there's been 9 draws, so quite even over the last 26 matches. The form book for Norwich right now is not great. 33% form for them right now. Just 1 win in the last 6. That's including, of course, their loss in the League last week and a win also in the Cup this week. Rovers, though, 3 wins on the bounce, unbeaten in 5, stretching all the way back into pre-season. They're on 67% form for them at the moment. The biggest win for Rovers against Norwich was a 3-0 win. The other way, though, was a 4-1 win for Norwich way back when. When were those big wins? Well, let's have a look at it on the older chart here. These are the last 10 matches between Rovers. The most recent one being at Ewood Park back in February 2024. Rovers coming out with a draw. We were struggling at that point. Meanwhile, last time they played at Carrow Road, it was back on November the 5th, 2023, Norwich having what appeared to be a pretty woeful season. And, of course, Rovers picking up a big win on that one as well. So it's been an okay recent run for Rovers. Haven't lost against them since 2020. Yes, tell a lie. We did lose right here. I didn't see that one. But let's take a look at it in a bit more, some clarity. Over the last 6, Rovers have won 3 of them, lost just the once, and 2 draws between the two sides. That one loss was that 2-0 loss to Norwich at Ewood, where Liam Gibbs and Gabriel Sara scored on that one. Meanwhile, the last 6 at Carrow Road look like this, where, again, just 1 win for Norwich against Rovers, 2 draws, 3 wins as well. And, again, that last win for Norwich at Carrow Road against Rovers was back in 2019. There we go. So it's been a favourable result for Rovers. I don't want to get too excited about it, but that's the tale of the tape. Let's take a tale of the financial side of things. Rovers come into this with a squad value around about 47.2 million euros, where Norwich have a little bit more in the locker there, 76 million euros. They have an E-market or O-market, whatever that is, of 2.85 million euros compared to 1.89 Rovers. The average age of Rovers is getting up there now, 26 compared to the 24.9 of Norwich. They have more national team players, more youth national players, more foreigners compared to that of Rovers. Let's kick it off forward then and take a little look at the coaches under the spotlight. Jonas Torup, 35 years of age. I've had poos that are older than that guy. Goodness gracious me. He's a baby, and he's got a great 1.77 points per match ratio, and he's contracted to the Canaries till June 30th, 2027. Eustace, though, 44 years of age. That's a good age. And his contract expires 2026 with 1.50 points per match. His record, though, against Norwich is pretty much abysmal. No wins so far, just 1 draw and 5 defeats in his managerial tenure. We will go back. There we go. Let's take a look at the squad then for Norwich, with the likelihood of Angus Gunn featuring between the sticks. The likes of Shane Duffy, Grant Halley, Callum Coyle, all competing for a spot within the back line there. Pren Cresceni features now for Norwich, making the switch from Aston Villa to Norwich on a permanent basis. Into midfield, Norwich are spurred on by the signs of Forson Akwanwa. Onil Hernandez was quite decent this midweek. Borja Sands as well, a bit tidy. They've still got that little pesky little fella, Ashley Barnes, on the books. Will he feature? He loves playing against us and loves to score. Adam Adar's on the graphic, but I believe he's just signed, sealed and delivered a deal to Celtic, so he won't be there. All forward exploits rely on the shoulders of Josh Sargent. Oh gosh, what's going on? My graphics have got a mind of their own. Anyway, these are the bits of business that Norwich have made. Some highlights anyway. We got Gabriel Sara's move from the Canaries to Galatasaray, 18 million euros. A couple of other youngsters going out. We also lost the likes of Sam McCullum as well. Meanwhile, bringing in the likes of Fonson and Kwanma. Callum Doyle's coming in from Man City. Benjamin Cresceni as well. And Jose Godoba. Those are some of the moves that have been made by Norwich. This is the lineup I'm expecting for Norwich. Well, actually, this is the lineup that featured in the game against Oxford, which wasn't great. Angus Dunn between the sticks, Callum Doyle, Shane Duffy, Grant Hanley, Jack Stacey, Liam Gibbs, Kenny McLean, Marcelo Nunez, Borja Sands, Josh Sargent, and Christian Fastnack. Now, I've just been told Fastnack and Gibbs are unlikely to feature. So the new signings, Fonson, Matey Boy, he might be involved there. Of course, maybe some change up top as well. Let's take a look at Rovers. Fucking hell, what's going on here? Look at the Rovers lineup, or at least the squad. Ainsley Pearce still number one, still an area of concern for Rovers, having conceded, we got 3 goals in 2 games already. Danny Bath featured in the cup midweek, as did Carl McFadzean, but we expect the regulars of Dom Hyam, Hayden Carter to come back to the central of defence. Duru made his debut as well, which was great to see. Meanwhile, into midfield, the likes of Travis and Tronstad should be back. Buckley gave himself a good chance to feature as well. And I would still bank on Wyman featuring from the bench. Smodic could start. Tyrese Dolan should return as well. And up top, you've got decisions to make. Will it be Ohashi? Will it be McTagay? Will it be Jack Vale, who also scored? Decisions. These are the transfer bits of business for Rovers at the moment. As you can see, we have lost Sam Gallagher. We've lost Dimitrilovic and Leopold Walstadt. Meanwhile, Wyman, Bat, Yuki Ohoshi, McTagay, amongst the key faces coming in. We're still waiting to do some more business, and maybe it just relies on Sam Smodic, but we're still looking for 3, maybe 4 new additions to the club, whether they're on loan, freebies, or actual cash deals. Now, this is my lineup. I'm going to go with pairs between the sticks. Pickering, Dom Hyam, Hayden Carter, Callum Britton. Then we have Travis, then we have Tronstad, Tyrese Dolan, Yuki Ohashi, Ryan Hedges and McTagay, with the likes of Smodic, Andreas Wyman, and the likes on the bench, Zigerton as well. So tasty looking bench, tasty options, but I think you got to go with these at the moment. Hedges looked good the other day, didn't feature in the cup, so hopefully we get the green light on that one. Let's kick it on forward then and take a look at the star men for both sides, the most valuable players. Callum Doyle, of course, coming in on loan, plays at left back or centre back. He is left footed and he is 20 years of age, ranked around about cool 15 million euros. Meanwhile, Sam Smodic of 28 years of age, 7 million euros, still a Rovers player, and he's already got a couple of goals already to his name, 3 to his season. Will he be here at the end of August? Well, that's the question. That's the conundrum. That's the Krypton factor, or whatever they call it. Let's take a look then at the stats then so far for both the Canaries and Rovers. Now, we're just focusing on the league. Of course, it wasn't the best start for Norwich. Forson and Kwanma got the best rating alongside Kenny McQueen with 6.9. Abu Kamara might feature as well with a 6.8. And then, of course, the other folks that were involved include Amadar, who is no longer a Canary. As for the Rovers, Sammy Smodic with a 7.9 rating so far. Tyrese Dolan, Callum Britton, Lewis Travis all stood out as well. Wyman from the bench with a 7.2 as well. Good start to the season. Can it continue into match number 2? That's, of course, what we want to see. Let's take a look at the summaries then. Again, just the one game so far on the season. 2 goals conceded by Norwich thus far. No goals scored. In fact, they were very toothless going forward in that opening match. And we do believe that it's going to be a transitional season for Norwich, and maybe not as exciting or dangerous as first feared. As for Rovers, good start, good goals. However, the concern is not going forward, it's actually at the back, which it has been for a while, and highlighting the fact that we definitely need a new number 1, or at least somebody to challenge Ainsley Pearce between the sticks. He cannot get away with the clangers that he seems to be doing on a frequent basis. Let's take a look then at the passes then. 49% ball possession for Norwich in their opening game, with 82.9% accuracy with their passing, compared to Rovers 86.9%, a little bit better, but less ball possession, 47% in that opening game. Both sides come into this without a clean sheet. Actually, Norwich picking up 3 yellow cards in that first game. Rovers just the 1. And of course, duels about the same, 50% give or take. Aerial duels were better by Norwich compared to Rovers. Again, both highlighting, the concerns with set pieces and defending them. Let's take a look then, break down some actual numbers of the Canaries. When in attack, they prefer the left-hand side to the right. 41% of their attacking exploits coming down the left. When in possession, 43% of that possession is in the middle third, 26% in the opposition third, and just 31% in the defensive back end there. What we got going on here? Where's my mouse? As for Rovers, it's starting to steady out a little bit after this is actually a couple of games compared here, I believe. Actually, no, this is just the championship. Again, preferring the left to the right, 38% within the middle, just 20% in the opposition third, and 35% in the defensive third. As for shots for the Canaries, they prefer the left to the right, but most often down the middle. And when, of course, they do have a shot, it's 80% within the 18-yard box, 10% outside the box, and 10% in that scrappy-dappy-do 6-yard area. Rovers, again, not preferring to shoot from the left. They're coming down the right, and 91% down the middle. As for when they take shots, 55% are in the 18-yard box, 36% and the outside of the box, and 9% in the 6-yard area. As for shots received by Norwich, 67% down the middle, 25% down the right, 8% down the left, and 67% down are in the 18-yard box. None in that scrappy-dappy-do area, and 33% long-range cookies. Rovers, again, when defending shots, they are, of course, more often than not coming down the left than the right, but most often down the middle. And again, some long-range cookies to deal with. 58% of their shots received are in the 18-yard box as well. As for the passes, as you see, 88% effect for Norwich there, 445 passes made, 43 long balls and 15 crosses, compared to Rovers, 360 passes made, 40 long balls and 14 crosses. Again, these are just the league stats. And on the receiving end, 436 passes against Norwich in that opening game, 73 long balls and 15 crosses as well. As for Rovers, 380 passes against us, 55 long balls. This is the current state of play over in the league right now. It is very early days. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves, but we'll take this, of course. But unfortunately, Burnley are above us with their goal difference. Norwich just outside the drop zone at the moment. But again, it could all change very, very soon. As for the games that are coming at you this weekend, as you can see, it's a stacked out calendar here with the highlights potentially being early games on Saturday with West Brom against Leeds. We've got Pompey against Luton, Derby against Middlesbrough, but it all kicks off on Friday as Coventry host Oxford. Coventry looking to get their first win. Oxford trying to make it 2-2. And of course, I'll be keeping an eye on that one because that's Rovers' next opponents after the game of the day on Saturday, which will be Norwich against Rovers at Carrow Road. The weekend completes on Sunday as Sunderland take on Sheffield Wednesday. But what about me then? What is my gut reaction on this one? Well, Rovers have started great. We've scored goals and we're looking decent up front. The confidence is there already with the key figures, Wyman, Smodic, Ohashi, etc. all chipping in with goals. McTagay getting his first goal in the Cup. I am going to go with a 1-1 scoreline. I do think Norwich are not at their best at the moment, and I think we're playing them at a good time. I think they will get there in the end. But I think right now it's still a learning curve. First game under Carrow Road, light slow. So that's going to be, it could be a monster boost. The fans will be out in full voice. I know the Delia scenario this week has been caught in the headlines. There's a lot going on with Norwich right now, and behind the scenes, Johnny Rowe transfer business. There's some concern with some debt. So it's still all over the place at the moment with Norwich, and hopefully we're playing them at a good point in the calendar, because I think once they get their shit in order, they could be a force to be reckoned with, and a force that will be probably in and about the playoffs at the end of it. So going to go with a draw, and I think, hey, if we get a draw, I think that's reason to party, guys. That's a reason to party. So let's hope we do that. But that's it. That's all I've got. Of course, we will be back with non-stop coverage after the match. Hopefully, I don't know if we'll get a vlog. It's quite a long way for the guys to travel. We'll see. What else? We're going to have, of course, reaction, reviews, all that kind of jazz as well. But until then, appreciate the loving. Smash the like, smash the subscribe. I'll catch you later. But until then, guys and girls, we are done.